Introduce yourself.
Oh, is it going? Oh, hi everybody, my name is Emily. I'm one of the orangutan keepers here at the Fort Lee Children's Zoo, and today we're going to show you some of our window training that we've been doing with our orangutans. So we have Asmara and Tanku who like to train the most of us up here at the glass. So hopefully we'll be seeing them here in a little bit. We do training here at the zoo for mostly medical and husbandry behavior, so we can make sure we're letting them participate in their own health care and that they have really good care while they're here at the zoo. So we do all of our training here through positive reinforcement, which simply means that we reward the behaviors that we like and we just kind of ignore the ones that we don't. I think Asmara is going to be our main training participant today, so we're going to show you some of the cool behaviors that we get to do with these guys every day. She'll show off some cool targeting, which we use to move our orangutans where we want them to go. This little ball on the stick here tells her that I want you to go here. She's pretty good at moving with us. And then we'll show you some other cool body present behaviors. So our orangutans are trained to show us all sorts of different parts of their body so that we can get a good look at them and make sure that they are healthy. So I can ask her for her shoulder, I can ask her to open her mouth so I can see her beautiful teeth and see that they're healthy. I can ask her for her foot, I can ask her for all sorts of things. So we'll see what she wants to throw out at us today, and we'll show you some of those behaviors. So she'll come up to the glass with me over here, these three windows here. And then I have a great friend and a fellow trainer named Angie, and she'll actually be getting reinforcement for this really small window we like to call the drive-through window. So I'll ask Asmara for a behavior, and then I'll give her a bridge, which is basically telling her, good job, you did the behavior I asked for, now go get a tasty treat. So it looks like she's ready to start with us, so we're going to start with Asmara here. I'm going to go down the list, and I'll start with a tree window, unless you think Tara is in the way.
I'm getting her a sorry, but hopefully she'll leave.
Okay, sounds great. So our other friends, Melody, Tanku, and Tara are getting a tasty treat to keep them a little occupied, so we can just focus on one orangutan at a time.
Okay, go for it, Asmara.
I'm going to start with a free window. So she's going to come to this window right here, and we're going to do all three windows with her. So I'm going to ask her to target, and she'll touch her hand to this tennis ball here. Perfect. And then she'll do this one, and I'll tell her that she did a great job with a nice window slap, and a point to Angie, and she'll go get her tasty treats. All right, the rest of my behaviors I'm going to do sitting. I might have a friend for that. So I'm going to ask her to touch my hand. This one has been a little bit of a challenge for her so far to be a flat hand. That's pretty good. I'll send her. I'm going to ask her for a foot next, so we can check out how those beautiful little feet are doing. I'm going to ask her for a shoulder next. So we actually have our orangutans voluntary injection trained. So every injection they get here at the zoo, like their flu shots every year, they get voluntarily, which is really something great that we can do to reduce the stress. You can check out what her back looks like. There we go. Let me check out her back, see how that looks. See an open mouth to look at those beautiful teeth. So we're able to brush our
Okay, sure.
Beautiful. Do you want to enter there?
Yeah, I should be taking lessons over too.
Sounds perfect. So we're going to see if Tinku wants to come over, but he's still enjoying a nice celery treat. So while we're waiting, I can talk about our orangutans if you want to. What do you think, Lauren?
Sure. I'll try to get them over.
Okay. So we do have 4 Sumatran orangutans out on exhibit. You're looking at Tinku right now. He's our big man out there, and you can tell he is a male because he has those big cheek pads and that big throat sac as well. So those cheek pads and that throat sac allow his calls to go really far out in the wild to let other males know that this is his territory and to let females know that he is around and available. You might be able to see Melody over there in the corner. She is our unrelated female. Perfect, yep. She is 37 this year. And then we also have Tara, who is Asmara's mom, and of course Asmara, who is training with us.
Can you tell us about conservation?
I can totally tell you about conservation, of course. So these guys are facing some problems out in the wild. So it's not a great place for orangutans to live right now because their homes are starting to dwindle a little bit. So due to palm oil farming.
Can you see if Ezra will do any of the presentation behaviors if that third one knows? It might be something different for us.
Give me a few minutes, I'm going to talk for a second. So these guys are facing habitat fragmentation because of palm oil. So palm oil is in everything that you have in your home, honestly. It can be in snack foods, it can be in soaps and detergents, it can even be in makeup. So what you guys can do to help these guys keep their trees around for them to live in the wild is by buying sustainable palm oil products. So something we like to tell people to do that's super easy and it's free is to download the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo Palm Oil Shopping Guide on your smartphone. It's a free app. And what you do with that app is you actually just take a picture of the barcode of the item that you are buying at the grocery store, and it'll tell you if it is a sustainable product or not. And it'll also give you alternatives to that product if it is not super sustainable. So it's something you can do in your everyday life to help these orangutans out in the wild. So these guys do live primarily up in the trees. There are an arboreal species, which means they spend their whole lives up in the trees. So with palm oil farming and habitat fragmentation, they are losing those trees that are so beneficial to them. So without the trees, they don't have homes, which means that we're losing orangutans. So by helping us, by buying sustainable palm oil, you are helping these guys as wild cousins out in Sumatra.